we'll get into that story another time.
No, we are not getting that story ever. Oh my god. Take your time. We're not doing anything important. Rip-de-dip-de-doo! Hi, welcome back to our channel. That's Carleigh, and I'm Michelle, and we're best friends. In today's video, we're just going to talk about our friendship and how we met, and maybe
the truth about our friendship.
Dun dun dun.
Bit of a clickbaity title because there's really nothing dun 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 about it, but that's okay.
It's more like dun 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 dun.
Dun, 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 dun. How did we meet, Michelle?
We met many moons ago.
Many moons.
The year was 2005?
Six? We met in January?
January 2006.
Yeah.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. Roughly.
I was working at a different store and got transferred to Carleigh's store on Guelph Line.
We were both swing managers.
Or shift lead, or team lead, or...
But McDonald's like to call them swing managers.
Because you could swing between being a crew person and being a manager.
We were both swing managers.
Yeah.
Which meant that we didn't often, work together, necessarily, because there was usually one swing manager on, there might be, a trans overtime or whatever, but it was usually, the store manager, the assistant manager, the swing manager. The swings wouldn't often work together.
Yeah.
You were, ships passing in the night. So we didn't, really get to know each other right away, because we just sort of saw each other on the schedule.
Mm-hmm.
And then one day...
we just, started chatting, I guess, and something happened where Hanson was brought up.
If you know anything about us, Hanson is life.
Hanson is life.
No, that sounds creepy. They're not life, but both of us were fans of Hanson as, young preteens.
It was a mutual passion.
Yes. We both enjoyed their music. And then somehow, on shift one day when we were both there, Hanson came up. I feel like it came up organically, either the song came on the radio, or somebody said, bop, or where's the love, or something like that, and we were both like, oh my gosh, you love Hanson, we love Hanson! And then Michelle was like, and how do you feel about Gilmore Girls? And I was like, whoa, I don't even know what Gilmore Girls is. And she was like, oh, well, that's okay. But
I forgive you.
That was the beginning of our friendship.
Mm-hmm.
And then from there, we would, hang out in the little, manager area where the safe was, eating French fries and mayonnaise.
It catch up.
Prior to our first hangout, we had found out that we were both going to rock. And it was like, oh, okay, that's cool. We'll know somebody there.
Yeah.
But that was kind of the majority of it. I don't know that we hadn't
really talked about carpooling at that point.
No. But... so then, sometime in August, before school started, we decided to hang out for the first time.
Yeah.
And it was super awkward.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, super awkward. We started carpooling together, and then I went to your birthday party at it was just called Tucker's Marketplace at that point. It wasn't called Mother Tucker's anymore. Probably even just by, the second semester, we were, really good friends.
Yeah.
It didn't take long for us to become friends.
No.
I think it was then, that March 2007 is when my boyfriend at the time and I broke up.
Yeah.
And then Michelle came over and played cards with me, and she hates playing cards, so that was pretty big. He and I had been together for 5.5 years, so it was I did the breaking up, so I was mostly okay with it, but it was still a big change, right?
You were going through some other stuff too at that time.
Yeah. So that must have been 2008. So March 2007, my dad was diagnosed with cancer.
Yeah.
That's what happened in March 2007. So Michelle is very supportive of me at that point.
2008,
That's when I broke up with my ex.
Yeah. That's when we started hockey, was 2008?
Yep. Started hockey 2008. That's when I started working at McFarland House. So we met our friends Victoria and Caitlin.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so we started playing hockey.
Yeah.
And I think just like everything that we did, everything that one of us did, we kind of dragged the other one along.
Yeah.
And in a lot of ways, I think we used each other as a crutch, like a social crutch, because we're both like socially a little bit awkward.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm an introvert. Michelle's a little more extroverted.
Yeah.
Not much, but a little bit more.
So then, during our time at school, I ended up moving down to Niagara from Burlington.
For a plethora of reasons.
But
one being that the commute sucked.
Yeah, for sure. And then I think we went to our first concert, didn't we? Was it in Toronto?
Hanson?
First Hanson, obviously. What other concerts?
We've been to other concerts.
I know.
We went to Metric.
That's true. Metric was playing at Brock. Our first Hanson concert was December 2007. In
Hamilton.
In Hamilton. And they played Christmas music for the first time, and you lost
my mind. Lost my mind. Because, things you might not know yet about me, but I am a Christmasaholic.
Well, you're a Christmas baby.
I am that too. My birthday is December 25th.
Yeah.
So, I think that for me growing up, Christmas was always like all the countdowns to Christmas and everything was also exciting because it was like the countdown to my birthday.
Then you lost it because Zach jumped off the stage. Remember?
Yep.
And there's that person that he was going to go talk to in a wheelchair.
And I got overwhelmed.
Yeah.
And I was like, eh.
And that was the first time that you realized that you could possibly meet them like in real life.
Yeah.
You left in 2009, right? To go to Niagara U?
Yep. So 2009 I graduated from Brock. And then in September of that year is when I started at Niagara University in the States to do my teacher's college, which was a 3-semester program. And that second block, we went to a Hanson concert, and that was the first time that I met Zach.
That's right. So that was November 2009,
10.
2010.
It would have been 2010.
Shoot.
Yeah.
And then we made that joke about...
Because I asked him for a picture with him, and he said, I don't give out pictures, or something like that.
I'm like, but it's her birthday.
Which it wasn't yet, but it was like a month away. And he's like, well, every 4th birthday I'll give a picture to then. So then we took a picture.
2010. Did we go anywhere that year? When did we go to Virginia with Vicky? Was that 2012?
That would have been 2010.
Yeah, 2010. We took a road trip to Virginia with our friend Victoria.
I think that was the first time we traveled together, besides when you came to Virginia in the summer before with my parents.
That's right. This is the first time we drove, and my car was not up to the task.
Oh, that was a fun trip.
Mm-hmm.
We went to Williamsburg, Virginia for a week. In the summer of 2009, my parents and I were going there, and Michelle came with us. But that started our travel bug.
Yeah.
And like traveling with each other, and like because we realized, I think at that point, that we could travel well together, and that we didn't really get like super sick of each other. Because when you go on vacation with someone, you literally spend all day, every day with that person for however long you're away for. So we were away for like, I want to say 8 or 9 days, and we didn't get sick of each other.
No.
So that was encouraging.
So then Virginia, so that was 2010, 2011, no, and then 2012, I know we went to a Hanson concert in February. We saw Carleigh Rae Jepsen open.
Yeah. I think it was like just before or just after, like it was around when Call Me Maybe came out. So it was like, I think it was just before she started. I think you're skipping over, though, something that happened in 2012 with our friendship. This is the truth about our friendship.
This is the tea that we're spilling?
Yeah. We got into a big fight.
No. Did we?
Yes!
I thought that was later, 2016. Yeah, we did. That sucked.
Yeah. So, when was that? Probably around March?
I think so.
Maybe April? I don't know. Kind of springish time. I got annoyed at Michelle, and exploded on her a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And then she got, I don't know. How did you get?
I just really remember being very sad the whole time.
I know that I got upset with Michelle about a way that she was behaving. I did not tell her in the most constructive way. I kind of exploded it on her
Mm-hmm.
in a passionate moment as opposed to having a conversation with her.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm assuming that I hurt her feelings in that way, but I think she also recognized that what I was saying did have a bit of validity
Mm-hmm.
as well, right?
Yeah.
So it was one of those situations where in some ways we were both wrong.
We learned from it.
Yeah. And then we didn't talk really for a few months. Like, we would see each other at events and stuff like that, but we didn't really hang out.
Mm-hmm.
And then we started hanging out again probably in July-ish. I don't really remember that tea at all.
I just remember being there, the four of us.
Mm-hmm. And that was kind of like the beginning of us hanging out again.
Yeah.
So it was a couple of months that we were like we weren't
on the outs.
Yeah. And then in August that summer is when we went to see Hanson in Peterborough.
Yes.
So,
and Unionville.
Yeah, so we went to Unionville first, which is close to Peterborough, which is where Gilmore Girls, the
pilot was shot.
Pilot was shot there.
And that was a great day.
It was.
We had so much fun that day. We went for lunch at a pub,
mm-hmm.
and then we went and we saw the store that was Luke's.
And then in Schitt's Creek became the Dress Barn.
Yes. And then we went and got ice cream, and there was a couple who had just gotten married, and they were getting their pictures taken. And then there was that guy on the stilts.
On the unicycle.
Yeah.
And he was juggling things on fire.
Yeah.
And then he drew me into the act. Remember?
I don't remember that
he had
part.
me throw something for him because he was, what's this? Juggling.
Yeah.
He was juggling, and he gave three of us, I think it was a bowling pin to toss to him because he got up on the unicycle.
Right.
And so he was unicycling, and then we had to, toss him the things.
That was so fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we saw Hanson for free in Peterborough.
Mm-hmm. We made friends with that one girl. There was a girl there who was there by herself. We always make friends at Hanson concerts.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
Well, it's because we see the same people over and over and over again at Hanson concerts.
Yeah.
And then 2013 is when we went to Nashville. I think that was our Tennessee trip, right?
Tennessee, yeah.
We went to the Smoky Mountains. We went ziplining in the Smoky Mountains.
Blast.
Which was really fun.
Yeah.
2014, we went out east.
Yeah.
Michelle loved that one.
That was a good trip for me.
I liked it. I didn't love it.
No.
Nothing wrong with down east. It just felt like it was... I think we maybe spent too much time there.
Yeah.
Okay, and then 2015, was that the year that we did, the smaller trips? So we went to Washington, D.C.
Yes.
And we went to Pittsburgh.
Yes.
And we went to... No, Detroit was not yet. I think we just did those two places in that summer.
I think so.
Those were fun trips.
Mm-hmm.
I really liked those trips, too, because, they were shorter. We just did, long weekends, so, Thursday to Monday or something.
Yeah.
Like we were saying, too, in between all of this stuff, it's just real life. We're working. I'm working a plethora of different little jobs here, there. Oh, at one point, I had 3 jobs.
Yeah.
Michelle's working in different industries as well.
Yeah.
So neither of us have been, settled throughout our friendships.
Yeah.
We've both had lots of different jobs and lots of different things. I've lived in not many places, but you've moved a few times. And, it's just, life has not been what we expected it to be.
Definitely not. I'm not, today, at this point, where I'm at, I'm definitely not disappointed with how my life has turned out anymore. Back then, I probably would say, yeah, I was pretty disappointed with how my life was.
How it was going.
Yeah. But I think that's the beauty of being able to grow older and appreciating things, right?
Mm-hmm. So if you watched our last video, our Never Have I Ever, which, if I do say so myself, is quite amusing.
Yeah.
You'll know that we also went to Scotland in 2016, and that was,
That's probably my favorite trip.
Yeah, that trip was actually what inspired me to, not inspired me, but I guess made me feel like moving to the UK would be an okay thing to do.
Yeah.
And then I moved to the UK in January 2017, and our friendship took a whole other turn.
Mm-hmm.
And I would say it actually probably became a little bit better because we were less
dependent on each other.
Yeah.
Gave us some space to figure out who we were on our own.
Mm-hmm. To grow in ways that we wouldn't have if I had stayed here.
Yeah. We were pretty cleaved to each other, I feel like. We were together a lot.
Yeah, we spent basically every day together.
Almost, yeah.
If
we weren't working, we were pretty much together.
Yeah. Which was what we needed at that time, but I think in hindsight it also was not great for us socially.
Yeah.
Whatever. That time was pretty cool though because Michelle came to visit me in April. So I moved there in January. She came to visit me in April on the Easter holidays. And so we did some touring around and I got to see the area that I was living in with Michelle, which was fun. Mm-hmm. And then she came back in June for a whirlwind weekend.
4-day extravaganza.
She flew in on Friday, flew out on Monday, and we spent 4 days in London. And Sunday night, we went to a Hanson concert. So Michelle flew from Canada to England for a Hanson concert.
That was so much fun.
It was the best. My favorite.
There was something else I was thinking. I was like, oh, I have to mention it about that trip, but now I can't remember what it was.
How exhausted you were?
Oh, we were so exhausted. 30,000 steps in 2 days we walked.
More than that. I think 30,000.
60,000 in 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
Shoot, now I can't remember. I feel like it was Harry Potter related.
Oh, we couldn't go to platform 9 3/4 because it was too busy. I wouldn't let her go to platform 9 3/4 because it was too busy and we were on a tight schedule.
Yeah.
And then I went to it without her.
Yeah. That's okay. I'll just have to go back on my own.
Exactly.
Oh, but we saw, we went to see Sherlock's house.
Mm-hmm.
22B Baker Street, right? Something like that. We went to Piccadilly Circus. We saw Selfridges, which is now owned by Loblaw.
Yeah.
In Canada, which is weird.
We went for breakfast at Kensington Palace.
Yeah. They make a great Eggs Benedict.
It was delicious. And then we walked around the gardens there, and we went for a walk around.
We saw Prince William on a horse!
Oh yeah, we saw Prince William on a horse! That's right!
That girl fainted off that horse.
Yeah.
So,
it was Trooping the Colour. It was the weekend before Trooping the Colour, which was the practice weekend. So it's basically Trooping the Colour, but without the Queen. So there's always a royal family member apparently that stands in for her. I didn't realize that. This year that we were there, and which we happened upon, Prince William was the stand-in. So we saw Prince William riding the horse up and down the mall, which was kind of cool. But as we were standing there, this girl, because there's a bunch of horses. I don't know. If you don't know what Trooping the Colour is, look it up. It's like a big parade.
It's like her birthday, right? The Queen's official birthday.
Yeah, but I'm talking about what you're actually seeing. You see
okay.
Soldiers standing in rows and horses and all that stuff. And so one of the girls in front of where we were standing on the horse passed out, and the horse freaked out a little bit, and then they basically just pulled her off and a new rider got on.
Yeah.
It was oh, okay, she's disposable. So that was kind of funny. But yeah, that was a great trip.
Mm-hmm.
Then I came home in August that year and we did we pretended we were tourists in Niagara Falls, which we like doing.
Yeah.
Every once in a while.
Actually, I guess that would be technically our very first trip, was when I had my broken finger and I came down and we played tourists in Niagara Falls, and you took me around, because that's when you started working at McFarland House.
Yeah, that first year, 2007.
Yeah. We
True.
went to the printery, and did we go to the Seacourt Homestead?
I don't remember. I just remember riding the old incline.
Yeah.
Because we have that picture.
Yeah.
And I think we went behind the falls. Journey behind the falls.
That's in our intro. That's when...
No, that was the second. That was...
Oh, that was the summer. Okay.
This time, yeah. Yeah, so good times. Great oldies. And then I came home at Christmas time again, and we made pierogies.
That was exhilarating, but also exhausting.
They were
I was
delicious.
so tired after that.
They were so good. Yeah, so that was 2017. 2018, Michelle came back to England to visit me and James in August of that year.
We went to the circus.
We went to the circus. No animals at the circus. It was just like high-flying acrobatics and daredevil stuff. And it was terrifying and fascinating and loads of fun.
Mm-hmm.
And then came home at Christmas. We didn't really do anything like Christmas. Nothing fancy, no. And then, anyways, James and I moved home in August 2019, and then we started hanging out, the four of us, like Michelle and David and James and I, and...
Yeah. Just living life.
Mm-hmm.
Living the dream, as they say.
Yeah, and then the Panorama Pizza happened, so then everything got thrown off.
Yeah.
But yeah, so...
Well, you got married?
Oh, yeah, I got married during a Panzerotti pie.
Your bachelorette was fun. We went up to Katie's cottage.
Mm-hmm.
It was relaxing.
Yeah. Was it relaxing, Michelle?
No, because I was stressed out because I'd just been hit by a cyclist the day before.
Yeah. Exactly.
But
yeah, it was a nice... the cottage was nicer than our houses put together.
Yeah.
And it was on a lake, and we went and did some shopping.
The
we had a
colors
great
were
meal,
beautiful. Yeah,
and
it
it
was
was
good.
autumnal. It was good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then I got married. Michelle looks terrified and or sad in every picture from the day.
Not every picture. No, not every picture.
I'm just joking. Yeah, I don't know. Like, the truth about our friendship is it's pretty bog standard.
Pretty what?
Bog standard.
That is not a thing we say here. The truth of our friendship is that we were fast friends, and we will be friends for a very long time. Thanks so much for hanging out with us, and hopefully we entertained you with our story about our friendship. If you liked the video, give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and we will see you next time. Bye!